You may be seated. Good evening. Welcome to the 2021 Edward Lee McClain High School Commencement. We are thankful to hold an in-person graduation for our students with many of their friends and family members in attendance. We are also appreciative for the live streaming provided for those that could not be with us this evening. At this time, Blake Adams, Student Council President, please come forward and address your class.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Blake Adams, and I'm your Student Council President of 2020-2021. Tonight, I have the privilege to give the class address, but before I do, I would just like to give thanks to all of our administration who worked extremely hard this year to keep us in school and make this event happen. The class of 2021 appreciates you for all the great things you did, and we cannot thank you enough. Tonight, I would like to read a verse from 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 12. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech and conduct and love and faith and in purity. To the class of 2021, may you take these words in stride as you move forward in life. I have faith in all of you, and I am extremely proud of all my classmates for their hard work the last 14 years. I'm beyond excited to see the great things you will accomplish in your future. And with that being said, would you please bow your heads and join me in prayer? Dear Lord Heavenly Father, I cannot give you enough praises and thanks for keeping us happy, healthy, and safe in school these last 14 years. You gave us the greatest group of parents, coaches, teachers, and administrators that we could have ever asked for. Lord, I pray you watch over this group of kids as we take our first step into adulthood and move on into our future. Please give us guidance, and may we see your plan as you say in Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. Please give us strength so that we may get through the challenging times as we have done before. Lord, please watch over all of us directly as we move towards our different paths, and may we all stay following your light. Please watch over our future soldiers. May you keep them safe, and may they never forget the love that you have for them and the home that awaits them. Please watch over our future college students. May you keep them safe, and may they never forget the wisdom you have placed in each of them. Please watch over our future workers. May you keep them safe, and may they never forget how important they are to you and to those around them. Lord, I thank you for all of those around me. May all your children in the crowd use their future to spread your word and your love in any way possible. And finally, Lord, may you get us home safely, and may you accept all of our prayers and thanks tonight. And if all of God's men, women, and children could say that last word of the Bible with me, amen.
Good evening and welcome to everyone. It is an honor for me to introduce our speaker for this evening. The Honorable Judge Stephanie Pierce Burke, District Judge in the 30th Judicial District in Louisville, Kentucky, was born and raised in Greenfield, Ohio. She attended Edward Lee McClain High School, where she graduated in 1987. Judge Burke is the daughter of Steve Pierce and the late Charlene Pierce of Greenfield. While at McClain, Stephanie was a varsity cheerleader, field commander of the marching band, a member of National Honor Society, Student Council, High Y, and YMCA Youth in Government. She attended Ohio Northern University, obtaining a Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice and Political Science in 1991 and a Juris Doctorate in 1994. Judge Burke is a former staff attorney to the Jefferson Family Court. In 1996, she began her career in private practice with the law firm of Okun, Menifee, and Gray, where she became the firm's managing attorney. She later opened her own private practice in 2002. Judge Burke had a successful domestic and criminal practice while serving the Jefferson Family Courts as a guardian ad litem for many years before winning her first campaign for Jefferson District Court Judge in 2010. She won re-election in 2014 and 2018. Judge Burke was appointed to Jefferson County's Drug Court by Kentucky's Chief Justice, and she has been a tireless advocate for and dedicated her time and efforts to many in her community who suffer from substance use disorder and mental illness. She has consistently utilized her position on the bench to leverage better access to treatment and safe, stable housing for this same population. Judge Burke is the Vice President of the Kentucky District Judges Association and co-chair of the association's Legislative Committee. While on the bench, Judge Burke has overseen an ongoing internship and public service program with the University of Louisville Brandeis School of Law, providing students with access to courtroom experience. Judge Burke was named Judge of the Year by the Louisville Bar Association in 2018 and 2019. Judge Burke and her husband, Dennis, have 3 children, Maria, Aiden, and Carrie. Please join me in welcoming the Honorable Judge Stephanie Burke.
Thank you, Mrs. Gray. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, graduates. It means so much to me to be here with you this evening. 34 years ago, on this same field, my grandfather, Dr. George Pierce, an esteemed educator and historian, delivered the commencement address at my graduation for the class of 1987. On the 200th anniversary of the Constitutional Convention, he challenged us to guard the Constitution and the democracy, and he spoke of tolerance and compromise and their crucial role in our society. At the time, I was 17 years old with my friends at my high school graduation thinking, oh no, Grandpa's going to start talking politics again. I did not appreciate the meaning or importance of his message at that time. But as I stand here tonight, I know now that my grandfather was a man ahead of his time. That message he gave is even more relevant today. There's no doubt that the years that you have spent in high school will one day be viewed as a pivotal era in our nation's history. We as a society have faced momentous change in our sentiment, our values, our politics, and in our expectations of each other. You have witnessed an unprecedented demand for social justice, an end to systemic racism, gender equity, and the list goes on. You've not only witnessed, but you have weathered the worst pandemic our nation has faced in more than 100 years. As he stood here and spoke of the importance of guarding our Constitution, I wonder, did he envision that one day his granddaughter would raise her right hand and take an oath to uphold the Constitution as a member of the judiciary? Our world and our country has changed drastically since 1987. I'm now able to grasp his message, and I am honored to pass my own message on to you. First, I want to offer you my sincere congratulations on your graduation. This class has persevered through unprecedented disruption and challenge for your families, your community, and your school. Still, you've risen to the challenge with maturity and grace. You've shown gratitude even in times of disappointment, and you have continued to achieve great success despite the obstacles you faced. Each of you are to be commended. Since I was asked to speak, I've thought about what I may have to offer you. I've asked myself, what are the most important lessons I've learned in my life, and how did I learn them? I graduated from the Ohio Northern University College of Law in 1994. Inside the school's stately courtroom, these words appear above the bench. Know thyself, control thyself, give thyself. I've contemplated those words often in my lifetime. Socrates said, know thyself. What does it mean to know thyself? I think I know myself. I certainly know where I come from. I grew up in the 70s and 80s with my mom and dad on Sunshine Drive with a group of neighbor kids in close families. some of who are in the audience tonight. From my perspective, that time and place can only be described as idyllic, and for that, I'm grateful. Growing up, I loved school. So much so that we used to play school, and I believed that when I grew up, I wanted to be a doctor. I held on to that vision until about the 10th grade, about the time that I met Tim Gossett. I knew myself well enough then to know that too much chemistry was not for me. I graduated so long ago that I have worried that you and I are not going to have anything in common, but we all have Tim Gossett. Congratulations, Mr. Gossett, and thank you. You were beloved by my classmates just as you are by these students today. I'm grateful. I was a member of the band when Mark Robertson became the band director. Mark Robertson was a legend in the hearts and minds of his students. And he not only brought something special to the school, he brought something special to the community when he arrived here in 1983. Mark Robertson saw something in me, and he chose me to be the first field commander for the marching band, and I was in the 9th grade when he visited my parents to discuss it. There would be tryouts against upperclassmen. Mr. Robertson had some concerns that they weren't going to like it if I was in this position. I was young, and I was going to have to be prepared to stand up to them, or I would get ran over and I would lose their respect. He was right. That was exactly what happened. I became the field commander, and they didn't like it much. They gave me a hard time for a minute. But with some gentle encouragement, I learned real quick to stand up for myself. And those upperclassmen became some of my best friends, and we had some of the best times that I can remember. Throughout my 3 years as field commander, Mr. Robertson encouraged me time and time again to stand up, not just for myself, but for others, and simply for what I knew was right. Throughout my life and to this day, I still hear that voice telling me to stand up. And I am very grateful that Mr. Robertson is still a big part of my life. In fact, he's currently teaching my 12-year-old son to play the trumpet. I am certain that many of you have formed similar bonds with teachers and coaches. My point to you is that mentors will play a very important role in your life. Many people in your life will guide you in the wrong direction, but some will care very much about you fulfilling your purpose in life. Keep your eyes open for good mentors to help guide you along the way. Nothing worth having comes easy. Life will knock you down. It will knock you down many times. Success consists of standing up just one more time than you fall. You will look back one day and realize that you didn't get where you are in spite of the hard knocks. You got where you are because of them. I have learned that I can do hard things. One of the hardest things that you will ever do is face what you fear. My biggest fear was public speaking. I remember my first encounter. The Ohio State House, Youth in Government, 1986, with Karen Yeager by my side. I was 16 years old, and I was certain I was having a heart attack. The irony, I could cheer, I could be the field commander, I could do all these things, but speaking was different. That same feeling has come to me so many times in my life I cannot count, often at the most inopportune times. I would guess that most people who suffer from this type of anxiety shy away from a profession that's primary function is public speaking and argument, but not me. My close friends and colleagues who are familiar with this condition like to point out that I chose to be a professional talker. 51 years in exercise in control And here I am, up here speaking to you tonight. Cicero said, "Control thyself." The truth is, you cannot control anyone but yourself. So how do you control thyself? I believe that all of you know. You take ownership. You be engaged. You grow continuously. You embrace challenge, ready to persevere. You have learned those core principles, and they will take on new meaning as you start this next chapter in your lives. In 1994, I moved to Louisville the day after my graduation from law school. I spent the summer studying for the bar exam. 5 days before the bar exam, my grandma died. Blanche Smith, this was my mom's mom. I was very close to her. She and my grandpa lived right there in that gray house at 238 North 6th Street on the corner. I used to walk over there every day after school. After her funeral, I left here late at night and drove back to Kentucky, and I sat for the bar exam the next 2 days. I failed. After being at the top of my class in high school and excelling in college, I failed the bar exam. Life will knock you down. I started studying again to take the bar exam again, but by Christmas time, my mom and dad were already discussing me moving home. They feared I wouldn't pass. I took it again, and I did pass, earning my license in both Ohio and Kentucky, and I stayed in Louisville. Throughout college and law school, I was sure that I had wanted to be a prosecutor, and upon passing the bar, I was hired to my dream job. I could not wait to have my first trial. That day came a few months later when I would assist a senior prosecutor on a felony drug case. The defendant was 23 years old and facing 10 years in prison. I watched as the senior attorney interviewed our witnesses, the police officers, on the night before trial. After hearing the officers' recollection of the events that gave rise to the charges, the senior attorney counseled these officers on the weaknesses of our case. The next day, the two officers took the stand and testified against the defendant. Their testimony was not consistent with their statements the night before. Their testimony was consistent with the advice given to them by my colleague. As this unfolds, I know that I no longer want any part of this dream job. Life will knock you down. At the end of that trial, I was so nervous, I thought I would be sick. When the jury came back and they found that young man not guilty, I felt a sense of relief. I returned to my office, and I ultimately went to the boss, the elected prosecutor, a man that until then I had admired and respected. And when I told him my concerns, his response was such that I knew what I had to do. At the end of our discussion, I resigned. Life will knock you down, and when it does, stand up. 2 weeks later, I began a job working with a small firm doing criminal defense. And there, I found my passion and my love of the law. 15 years later, I became the judge in the criminal court where that trial had taken place. I was not there in spite of those events that had happened years ago. I was there because of them. The Savior said, "Give thyself." It's true what they say, find a job you love and you will never work a day in your life. Find your passion. I loved practicing law. Turns out I wasn't wired to be a prosecutor. I was wired to be a defender. The most gratifying work is helping someone who can't help themselves. In my experience, that has come from working with people living in poverty, suffering from mental illness, and struggling with addiction to alcohol and drugs. give thyself. After 15 years of practice, I had come to realize that there was little tolerance and compromise, like my grandfather had spoke of, in our courts. It often appeared to me that the deck was stacked against certain individuals, particularly those who were more likely to be voiceless. So I set out to bring a new perspective to the bench. But you don't just decide to be a judge. You have to be elected. Louisville is a city of over 1 million people, and I didn't have the hometown connections or big money to spend, so I had an uphill battle. I had to find another way to win, and I had a simple plan, and it's been a plan that I've been able to use time and time again. I would not be able to outspend my opponent, who was a sitting judge, but I would outwork him. I would start early and get out in the community myself. Hundreds of stump appearances, small events, large events, labor unions, women's groups, community events, parades, fairs, a true grassroots campaign. My message? I will bring balance to the bench. Give thyself. It worked. I learned the greatest lesson of my life. You can accomplish anything with hard work, but you will accomplish nothing if you don't try. I have the greatest job in the world. I work with drug addicts and people who are seriously mentally ill. My job is to lift them up through recovery. I can leverage my authority in a way to deliver resources and encourage them to do what they have not been willing or able to do on their own. I see people at the bottom rise. I see very sick people get well, find stable housing, go to work, reunite with their families, and live. It's not magic. I simply give my time and attention to people who would otherwise be forgotten. You would be amazed at just how much a little of your time can impact someone who everyone else has given up on. I encourage each and every one of you to go out and give your time and talent. Give thyself. And finally, there's one last thing I think you need to know. We're not doing a very good job of tolerance and compromise in our society. This is something that I believe that your generation can do better than mine. We dismember entire groups of people because they are different, and we lose when we do that. It happens to people based on the way they look, the way they think, the way they pray, the way they love, and whether they put on pants or a skirt. It can happen for almost any reason. Instead of celebrating our rich diversity and being inclusive as we claim to be, we have become so divided that we're injuring ourselves. United we stand, and divided we will fall. Graduates, it is now your time to go out into the world and unite us. Just because we're not homogenous does not mean we cannot all coexist peacefully. My grandfather was right 34 years ago. We must all endeavor to be more tolerant of each other, and we must learn to compromise. It's imperative for our future and to the survival of our union, and this will be your duty. You are the future. Give thyself. Class of 2021, tonight, we are here to celebrate your many achievements in this very special milestone in your lives. We offer our best wishes to each and every one of you as you begin on a new journey. To know yourself, to control yourself, and to give yourself. Will the McClain High School Class of 2021 please stand up? Stand up. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please give a round of applause for the Class of 2021? Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mrs. Burke. At this time, Emma Stegbauer, salutatorian of the class of 2021, please come forward and address your class.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the McClain Class of 2021 graduation ceremony. I would like to start by thanking each and every one of you, family, friends, and faculty, for coming tonight, as you have been a vital part of why my fellow graduates and I are being honored here this evening. Mom, Dad, thank you for endlessly pushing me to try new things, supporting everything I've ever been a part of, and never letting me settle for anything but my best. To my sister, Maddie, thank you for showing me what it looks like to keep going when I'm tired and to always keep a team mentality. Olivia, thank you for giving me a standard to always live up to. You make me proud, and I will always strive to be the best example I can be as your big sister. To my grandparents, thank you for being there at every single corner of my life to cheer me on and brag me up to everyone you know. And to the staff of Greenfield McClain, thank you for your countless hours of preparing me for my future. You see, accomplishments are never based solely on the efforts of one individual, but through the collective efforts of many. So on behalf of myself and the class of 2021, to every single person who's helped us along the way, thank you. As for the class of 2021, here we are. After 13 years of preparation, we are just moments away from finally earning the title of graduate. For some of us, this day couldn't come fast enough. For others, it may bring uncertainty and reluctance. But no matter how you may be feeling as we close this chapter today, I think there is one thing we all have in common. We want each new chapter to be better than the one before it, and we want our story to end well. So how do we ensure, as we cross over into the unknown, that our postgraduate stories will be everything we've dreamed of? Well, heck if I know. I'm in the same boat as the rest of you. So, I set out to ask advice for living a fulfilling life from those who have much more experience on the other side of graduation. And here's what I gathered. 1, stay humble. No matter how talented you are or how high you climb the ladder of success, remember those who helped you get there. Greenfield, Ohio loves you. When you come back 5, maybe 10 years later from now, those same people will still care for you as they do today. 2, stay grounded. Don't be controlled by external chaos. Instead, focus on the values, purpose, and vision you have predetermined for yourself. 3, celebrate the success of others. Be inspired by them, not defeated, and your day will come as well. But always know that in every facet of your life, there's going to be someone who is more successful than you are, and that's okay. 4, take pride in the assist, even when no one notices. The secret of life is not found in applause of others, but in the treasures we store up in heaven. 5, give back. Research has proven time and time again there is more happiness in sharing than self-gratification. 6, unwind. Save time for yourself to do something you love. There's more to life than work and money. 7, face your fears and don't be afraid of failing. The one who failed and got up again is much stronger than the one who never failed. 8, don't hate anything, especially people. It will destroy you. 9, be accountable for your words and actions. Say I'm sorry and forgive often, even when people don't ask or deserve it. Because honestly, none of us really deserve it. 10, spend time with people, not things. Relationships are the key to a fulfilling life. I remember watching my grandfather in his final moments look around the hospital room one last time at his family and friends. Those relationships he had built meant more to him than anything he had ever accumulated or achieved. 11, pray over everything. There is nothing too big or too small that God won't hear. He will provide, He will guide, and He will give your life meaning beyond measure. And last but not least, 12, as a wise chemistry teacher once said, laugh often at yourself and at others. In closing, Reflecting on those words, I would like to say that I am honored to be standing as salutatorian of the class of 2021. I am humbled by the support of family, friends, and staff that have helped me get here today. I'm proud of my classmates. As I look into the crowd and think of all the many accomplishments that each and one of you have experienced in your own years at McClain, whether it be through academics, sports, music, or drama. Most importantly, I thank you for the time spent together. The parties, sleepovers, camping trips, bus rides, sporting events, the memories are endless. I value the relationships we have built here at McClain and will forever be grateful for our time together. I have loved growing up with you guys. And though we won't see as much of each other as time passes, I know we will forever be connected, for we are McClain. I pray that God watches over each and every one of us. Congratulations, class of 2021. Best wishes to us all. Thank you.
Emma, with great respect for your academic achievements at McClain High School, it is my privilege to present you with this medallion and certificate to honor you as salutatorian of the McClain class of 2021. Nick Cunningham, valedictorian of the class of 2021. Please come forward and address your class.
Well, it's been an interesting year, huh? I'm sure that none of us could have predicted that we'd be struggling with a pandemic our senior year. But if you did happen to predict that, then hit me up and we'll go to Vegas. And while we've had many disappointments this year with restrictions on activities due to the coronavirus, we should all be thankful that we got to have a senior year at all, and one with relatively few restrictions, because at McClain here, we had a much more normal senior year than many other students at many other schools across the country did. We didn't have to shut down once this year. We didn't have to go online only or anything like that. We did have a few scares about that being a possibility, but we never had to do it. So we're very thankful for that. And we still had all of our sports and extracurricular activities, even if some of them had to be modified in various ways to accommodate for the COVID restrictions. Now, obviously, don't get me wrong, we've had our fair share of disappointments, and this year definitely wasn't what any of us were hoping for. But this year is a time of celebration, so I don't think we should be focusing on the negatives here. We should look at the good of all this, because as long as you don't just sit there and pout and complain, then there's always a bright side to everything. And, you know, we could still go out there and play sports, and we could still talk to teachers in person rather than virtually over a Zoom call. And we could still eat lunch with our friends, you know, just normally. And many schools couldn't. But as well as that, we also have an extra advantage over the normal graduating class in that most 18-year-olds have never had to survive a pandemic before up until this point. This pandemic has taught us how to adapt to situations, how to handle adversity, how to cope with disappointment and loss like no other before us. Aside from possibly the class of 2020 who admirably handled losing their last couple months of high school, they may have learned a thing or two about loss. But we've struggled with the ever-present fear of being quarantined and missing out on this and that, or the school getting shut down at any moment, and our favorite sports season being cut early, or what have you. But we've adapted all of our activities to meet the new restrictions so that we could have a great senior year and not let any virus stop us. So while some of you may not even realize it, we've all learned very valuable lessons from this pandemic that can't be taught in any classroom. And when we all go our separate ways, good song, and we go do our own things, we'll all be unified in a very unique way, because for all of us, our senior year was the year of COVID, and we had to overcome that, and we'll carry the lessons that we learned from that for all of our adult lives. But even though it's extremely significant, I don't want to dwell on just the coronavirus here, because we've had so many great memories in the school over the past several years. I know I'll miss all of the beautiful art around the hallways of the school, and our student section, who's so famous for just the incredible degree of school spirit that they support our teams with. And, you know, things like our pep rallies and our snake dance. I mean, what other school do you know of that burns an effigy of the opponent's team's mascot in a glorious bath of flames? And a few years down the line, when we all gather again for our reunions, I look forward to being able to share these memories with you with love and with pride for our alma mater. And now finally, on behalf of the class of 2021, there's several groups of people that I think we need to thank for getting us this far, because we couldn't have without them. Like our teachers from all of our 13 years of education, for being great teachers and just great people in general. I mean, the teachers at the Greenfield School District are really unlike anyone else, and I can honestly say that I've never had a teacher who I did not like. I'd like to thank the administration, because they've especially this year, they've provided us with so many opportunities that we could have missed out on. They worked hard to make sure that we could get everything that we wanted for our senior year that they could provide us with. And I'd like to thank every other school employee for keeping the school running, because we couldn't have made it this far without, you know, janitors or cafeteria workers or a school nurse. So their work, it doesn't go unnoticed. I'd like to thank the town of Greenfield and everyone who supports McClain High School for their dedication towards us in the school. The number of volunteers I see working at school functions and the number of scholarships awarded at the Honors Convocation is incredible. We have a great community here. And finally, I'd like to thank, or no, not finally, sorry. I'd like to thank all of our parents, grandparents, guardians, and anyone else who's contributed to getting us this far, though, because I can't imagine how hard it is to raise a child, but I know it's not easy, and we could not have made it here without you, so thank you for everything you've done. And now, finally, I'd like to thank all of my classmates, because, I mean, it's been a great 13 years, and I wouldn't have wanted to graduate with anyone else. We did it. We made it. Thank you all. Now, most people close out a speech with a quote from a great thinker, like a president, or a philosopher, or general, or writer, or Tim Gossett. So here are some words of wisdom that I hope that you're going to take to heart. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you. No, wait, I think I have a better quote, actually, from a man we all know as Mr. Blair. I'm gonna paraphrase a little bit, but make it a great day. We're about to go live some real lives now, some real adult lives. Make it a great life, because the choice is truly yours. Go Tigers.
Nick, with great respect for your academic achievements at McClain High School, it is my privilege to present you with this medallion and certificate to honor you as valedictorian of the McClain High School class of 2021. At this time, members of the class will join the band for their selections under the direction of Ms. Weddington. On the chairs directly behind me, a yellow rose with a purple ribbon has been placed on the chairs of both Dr. Wilfred Conacher and Miss Ann Lee Conacher. This year's recipient, Chance Lane, is the 33rd student to receive this extremely valuable scholarship. Chance, please join me on the stage. Chance, in honor of this great achievement, I would like to present you with a scholarship medallion. Congratulations, Chance. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Roman to announce additional scholarship awards with the assistance of other board members.
On behalf of the Board of Education, it gives me great pleasure to present scholarships to graduates of the class of 2021 in memory of distinguished citizens and friends of the Greenfield community. As I call their names, the seniors should come to the stage and remain up front until all the scholarships have been awarded. Blake Adams, Margaret Reno Scholarship. Brooke Beatty, Ron Wood Memorial Scholarship. Riley Bowles, James M. Watt Scholarship. Kyla Burchett, Ron Wood Memorial Scholarship. Camden Clausen, Margaret Reno Scholarship and Ron Wood Memorial Scholarship. Madeline Crawford, James M. Watt Scholarship. Nicholas Cunningham, Oscar Heidensfeld Valedictorian Scholarship and Ron Wood Memorial Scholarship. Abigail Toomey, James M. Watt Scholarship. Mallory Faulkner, Margaret Reno Scholarship. Mason Faulkner, Margaret Reno Scholarship. Fiona Gilbert, Greenfield Board of Education Scholarship and Medical Mutual Insurance Scholarship. Emily Great, Art Corbin Scholarship, William and Iris Rowe Scholarship. Delaney Hutchinson, Dr. Ronald Vaughn Scholarship. Hannah Nisley, Margaret Reno Scholarship. Richard Lester, James M. Watt Scholarship. Cameron McCoy, Donahoe Scholarship and Sarah Bowman Scholarship. Kendall Penwell, the McClain Alumni Scholarship. Jalen Pitzer, James M. Watt Scholarship. Kerrigan Pollard, James M. Watt Scholarship. Hayden Roll, James M. Watt Scholarship. Logan Scales, James M. Watt Scholarship. Alexander Snyder, Robert and Eleanor Adams Scholarship, the Struve Mossbarger Scholarship, and Monavon Farm Scholarship. Emma Stegbauer, Fox Flynn Scholarship, Robert and Eleanor Adams Scholarship, Shirley Berkheimer Scholarship. Jaden Watson, Roman Family Health Care Scholarship, James M. Watt Scholarship. Brianna Weller, Eva M. Townsend Scholarship. Destiny Wright Deaton, James M. Watt Scholarship. We are pleased with the support the community has shown for additional scholarship assistance. Please join me in recognizing these scholarship recipients. Who did we miss? Okay. At this time, we will recognize and congratulate those who have received other awards. Please hold your applause until all names have been called. Seniors, please remain standing until all names have been called. Blake Adams, South Central Power Scholarship, David Finnis Scholarship for Science, Engineering, or Math, Darrell Unger Memorial Scholarship, and Tybo Scholarship. Jaden Baltimore, Melvin David Landsberg Scholarship, and Rebecca Pennell Scholarship. Brooke Beatty, VFW Scholarship, Paul and Evelyn Orr Scholarship, and McClain Alumni Association Scholarship. Braden Bergstrom, VFW Scholarship, and Tybo Scholarship. Kyla Burchett, McClain Tiger Athletic Booster Scholarship, Melinda Finnis Scholarship, or Melinda Finnis Preston Scholarship for Nursing, NCB Ernie Blankenship Scholarship, Darrell Unger Memorial Scholarship, and Tybo Scholarship. Camden Clausen, Darrell Unger Memorial Scholarship, Hannah Losey Memorial Scholarship. Josie Crabtree, Fraternal Order of Eagles Scholarship, Southern Hills Community Bank Scholarship, and the Adam Sharp Memorial Scholarship.
Madeline Crawford, VFW Scholarship. Nicholas Cunningham, Greenfield Police Academy Scholarship, VFW Scholarship, Nathan Cockrell Memorial Scholarship, the Clinton County Foundation Scholarship, the David Finnis Scholarship for Science, Engineering, or Math, Ohio Admissions Promise Award, Ohio Excellence Scholarship, Ohio Forward Scholarship, the K. Jewel Andrew Jung Memorial Scholarship, Rush Vision Scholarship, the Entrepreneur Honors Scholarship, Michaela Detty, the Knauer Performing Arts Memorial Scholarship. Jacob Ease, the David Finnis Scholarship for Science, Engineering, or Math. Mallory Faulkner, the Tanya McClanahan New Direction Scholarship, the VFW Scholarship. Margaret Van Frank Memorial Scholarship, McClain FFA Chapter Scholarship, the Class of 214 FFA Alumni Scholarship, the David Mustard Memorial Scholarship, the Jerry Faulkner Family Scholarship. Mason Faulkner, the VFW Scholarship, Peg Gessner Memorial Scholarship, Alice Kalman Memorial Scholarship, Margaret Van Frank Memorial Scholarship, the Class of 214 FFA Alumni Scholarship, the Faulkner Family Farm Scholarship. Fiona Gilbert, the Susan Beatty Memorial Scholarship.
Emily Great, VFW Scholarship, OUC Merit Freshman, Mary Spencer's Endowed Scholarship. Tanner Hammond, Jiva Travis Turvey Memorial Scholarship, Joe Allen Chapman Memorial Scholarship, Wilmington College Faculty Honors Scholarship. Taylor Harper, McClain FFA Scholarship, the Class of 2015 Alumni Scholarship, the Presidential Honors Scholarship. Margaret Hauk, the VFW Scholarship. Delaney Hutchison, McClain Tiger Athletic Boosters Scholarship. Anne Flynn Corwin Fox Family Scholarship. The Darrell Unger Memorial Scholarship. Highland County 4-H Endowment Scholarship. The Cincinnatus Century Scholarship. Owen Klein, 4-H Scholar Award Sponsorship, Ohio University Chillicothe Scholarship Fund. Hannah Nisley, the VFW Scholarship, Susan Beatty Memorial Scholarship, and the David Phoenix Scholarship for Science, Engineering, or Math.
Richard Lester, the JSD Newman Family Scholarship, the Front Memorial Scholarship. Haley Nall, the Good Hope Lions Scholarship, the Alice Cowman Memorial Scholarship. Kendall Penwell, VFW Scholarship, National Art Honor Society Scholarship, David Michael Educators Scholarship, James Kellis Memorial Scholarship, the Patricia Duff Memorial Scholarship. Jalen Pitzer, the VFW Scholarship, the Susan Beatty Memorial Scholarship, and the Tybo Scholarship. Kerrigan Pollard, the Kastner Foundation Scholarship, Thomas Memorial Scholarship, the VFW Scholarship, McClain Tiger Athletic Boosters Scholarship, Susan Beatty Memorial Scholarship, Elks Student of the Year Award, National Art Honor Society Scholarship, the NCB Ernie Blankenship Scholarship, Darrell Unger Memorial Scholarship, and the Patricia Duff Memorial Scholarship. Alexander Roberts, the Green and Gold Scholarship, the RNC Phillips Scholarship. Alexander Snyder, the VFW Scholarship, McClain Tiger Athletic Boosters Scholarship, Fraternal Order of Eagles Scholarship, Darrell Unger Memorial Scholarship, and the Hannah Losi Memorial Scholarship.
Emma Stegbauer, Kastner Foundation Scholarship, Kathy Richardson Memorial Scholarship, the Rockhold Bank Free and Scott Memorial Scholarship, VFW Scholarship, the McClain Tiger Athletic Booster Scholarship, Susan Beatty Memorial Scholarship, South Central Power Scholarship, Franklin B. Walter Award, George W. Foltz Scholarship, Patricia A. Zent Memorial Scholarship, Pauline N. Skeep Chapman Memorial Scholarship, Darrell Unger Memorial Scholarship. Casey Tillis, Ohio Excellence Scholarship. Brianna Van Dyke, American Red Cross Scholarship. Jaden Watson, JSD Newman Family Scholarship, Fraternal Order of the Eagles Scholarship. Brianna Weller. Mothers Club Scholarship, VFW Scholarship, McClain Tiger Athletic Booster Scholarship, Susan Beatty Memorial Scholarship, Darrell Unger Memorial Scholarship, Patricia Duff Scholarship, Kettering Academic Achievement Scholarship, Tybo Scholarship, Lyle White, Tybo Scholarship, Destiny Wright Deaton, the People's Bank Robert E. Evans Scholarship, Susan Beatty Memorial Scholarship. Please join me in recognizing these scholarship recipients.
You guys may be seated. Thank you, Mr. Roman and board members. McClain High School maintains a close working relationship with the Great Oaks Joint Vocational School District and the Laurel Oaks Career Development Campus, which is part of the Great Oaks District. Mr. Greg Barr represents our district on the Great Oaks Board of Education. Each year, approximately 30 of our students attend Laurel Oaks, where they receive a fine education in a variety of vocational programs. Ms. Shannon McGowan, Assistant Dean on the Laurel Oaks campus, is here with us this evening representing Laurel Oaks. Please welcome her. Fifteen members of the class of 2021 have been awarded the Presidential Award of Excellence. Will the following seniors please stand and remain standing? Blake Adams, Ruby Brennan, Kyla Burchett, Josie Crabtree, Nicholas Cunningham, Michaela Deddy, Abigail Doomy, Jacob Eves, Mallory Faulkner, Mason Faulkner, Taylor Harper, Hannah Nisley, Gabriel Lee, Brogan Villers, and Jillian Voss. Please recognize these seniors for having received the Presidential Award of Excellence. This year, seniors who enlisted with one of the armed forces were given a graduation cord to signify their service. At this time, all seniors who are enlisted with one of the armed forces, please stand and be recognized. At this time, will all current and former members of the armed forces please stand and be recognized? Everybody in the audience. Thank you for your service. Mr. Roman, it is with great pleasure that I present to the Greenfield Exempted Village Board of Education the 150 members of the graduating class of 2021. I recommend that these students who have completed the graduation requirements of the state of Ohio and the Greenfield Exempted Village Board of Education be granted diplomas.
On behalf of the Greenfield Exempted Village School District Board of Education, it is a pleasure to accept your recommendation to grant diplomas to each qualified member of the McClain class of 2021. We will award these diplomas at this time.
Richard Allen Lester, President of the Class of 2021, Diploma with Honors. Emma Jane Stegbauer, Vice President of the Class of 2021 and Salutatorian of the Class of 2021, Diploma with Honors. Delaney Sue Hutchinson, Treasurer of the Class of 2021, Diploma with Honors. Brooke Elizabeth Beatty, Secretary of the Class of 2021, Diploma with Honors. Nicholas Paul Cunningham, Valedictorian of the Class of 2021, Diploma with Honors. Blake Michael Adams, Diploma with Honors. Bruce Edward Adkins. Haley Marie Anderson. Bryce Allen Babs. Holly Joe Badgley. Errol Tyrone Baker. Jaden Ray Baltimore, Diploma with Honors. Genevieve Barry. Jonathan Edward Barr. Seth Ryan Beatty. Michaela Marie Bennett, Diploma with Honors. Braden Thomas Bergstrom. Brooke Kaylin Black. Matthew Calcott Bliss. Paul David Bliss. Michael Lee Bullock. Sydney Morgan Bolton. Orion Herberto Borelli. Riley Lorraine Bowles. Trinison Sue Brakefield. Ruby Nicole Brennan. Zebediah Cole Brewer. Jonathan James Brown. Madison Anne Marie Brown. Kyla Renee Burchett, Diploma with Honors. Jillian Elizabeth Burns. Trevor Dean Caldwell. Kaylin Marie Carter. Nathan Blake Carter. Dylan Nathaniel Close. Camden Reed Clausen, Diploma with Honors. Caleb Michael Cook. David Alex Cox. Josie Ann Crabtree, Diploma with Honors. Madeline Grace Crawford, Diploma with Honors. Caitlin Marie Cush. Logan Lee Doherty. Raymond Charles Doherty. Michaela Shine Deddy, Diploma with Honors. Abigail Jane Doomy. Michael Earl Isaac Duffield. Nathan Todd Ernst. Cody Allen Everhart. Jacob Scott Eves, Diploma with Honors. Mallory Lane Faulkner, Diploma with Honors. Mason Ann Faulkner, Diploma with Honors. Caleb Olive Frazier. Fiona Vaughn Gilbert, Diploma with Honors. James Landon Gilbert. Chet Antonio Gose. Emily Marie Great, Diploma with Honors. Christopher Omar Guerrero. Jason Alexander Hackworth. Tanner Lee Hammond. Taylor Quinn Harper, Diploma with Honors. Landon Joshua Harder. Hannah Quinlan Hester. Margaret Ann Hauk, Diploma with Honors. Lucas Angelo Jansen. Justin Allen Jenkins. Tristan Stephen Jenkins. Megan Grace Karasevich. Justin Abraham Kegley. Christopher Michael Kinnison. Owen Brown Klein. Jackson Lowell Nedler. Hannah Marie Nisley, Diploma with Honors. Samara Marie Nisley. Chance Michael Lane, Diploma with Honors. Gabriel Austin Lee. Joshua Michael Lomangino. Cameron Olivia McCoy, Diploma with Honors. Kyra Rochelle McCoy. Christopher Allen McGinnis. Keisha Jade Gale McMullen. Levi Allen Mongold. Shia May Muse. Dakota J. Myers. Nathaniel Eric Newkirk. Haley Marie Knoll, Diploma with Honors. Ella Carissa Osborne. Sean Riley Parr. Grant Michael Pennington. Kendall Nicole Penwell, Diploma with Honors. Jalen Sky Pitzer, Diploma with Honors. Kerrigan Rebecca May Pollard, Diploma with Honors. Mason Carl Ratcliffe. Cade Ray Rollins. Noah David Reeves. Haley Elizabeth Reichman. Tierra K. Rickman. Caleb Jason Andrew Reinhardt. Jet Thomas Robbins. Alexander Charles Roberts, Diploma with Honors. Joshua Wayne Robinette. Victoria Alexis Robinson Dixon. Hayden William Roll. Luke Richard Dale Sanchez. Logan Christopher Scales. Eric Draven Seitz. Jacob Andrew Shoemaker. Abby Michelle Sluss. Chloe Michelle Sluss. Hayden Lee Smith. Alexander Lynn Snyder, Diploma with Honors. Kaylee Mae Snyder. Carson Timothy Spangler. Elizabeth Nolene Spencer. Cade Anthony Spurlock. Najia Chantal Sky Estella Stevens. Sierra J. Marie Stuckey. Taylor Marie Thompson. Casey Madison Tillis. Caitlin Christine Tompkins. Brianna Audrey Van Dyke, Diploma with Honors. Morgan Kimberly Van Dyke. Tanner James Van Dyke. Brogan Erston James Villers, Diploma with Honors. Jillian Rose Voss. Zachary Tyler Ward. Jaden Alexandra Watson, Diploma with Honors. Brianna Faith Weller, Diploma with Honors. Lyle Curtis White II. Reagan Denise White, Diploma with Honors. Caitlin D. Willis. Krista Jaden Wilson. Samuel Jackson Wilson. Sydney Lennon Woods. Destiny Jade Wright Deaton, Diploma with Honors. Keegan Lee Nisley. Terry Renee Lynn Swiger. Seniors, please stand. As you now have received your degree, please turn your tassel from the right to the left side of your cap. Congratulations. You may be seated. At this time, members of the senior choir will assemble and perform their selection, followed by the McClain High School alma mater and the benediction. Will the senior choir members please come forward?
Spend your whole life building something from nothing. One storm can come and blow it all away. Build it anyway. You can chase a dream that seems so out of reach, and you know it might not ever come your way. Dream it anyway. God is great, but sometimes life isn't good. And when I pray, it doesn't always turn out like I think it should. But I do it anyway. I do
Okay. Choir, please rejoin the class. Okay. First, we're going to do the alma mater. It's not in my script, but I'm glad we're doing it. Everybody, please stand.
Okay, back to seats.
You can rejoin the class. Richie Lester, president of the senior class, please come forward and address your class.
Go Tigers. Just kidding. Hello, class of 2021 and guest. I'm not here to give a big speech because if you're like me and you have to use the bathroom, you want to get out of here. But I do have a couple pieces of advice, and sorry to Miss Gossett in advance if my grammar is bad. One, wherever your road might take you, wherever you might go, whether it is to college, to work, you join the workforce, or you go serve for this great country. Work hard for whatever you do. Great philosopher and poet once wrote, Snoop Dogg, if it's flipping hamburgers at McDonald's, be the best hamburger flipper in the world. Whatever it is you do, you have to master your craft. And secondly, enjoy life to the fullest extent. Be the best you can be in whatever you do, but don't forget to live in the moment. As Macklemore and Kesha wrote in their song, I wish somebody would have told me that these would be the good old days, all the love you won't forget, and all the reckless nights you won't regret. Class of 2021, my wish for you is that your life becomes all that you want it to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small, and you never carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. It has been an honor to be your president for the last 2 years, and I wish you all of luck in whatever you do. You will all succeed in whatever you do, and whether it is in 1 year, 5 years, or at our class reunion in 10 years, which will be amazing, I will make sure of it. You all will be successful. And I now ask all of you to join me in a word of prayer. Dear Lord, As I look upon this class of the 2021 graduates, I see success, and I know you do too. Wherever the road might go, they will be successful. But as they achieve success, may you be with them in that success. And their ups and downs, I know you will be. I also want to thank you for the time that you have given us at McClain, the administration and the staff. Without them, we would not be here on this stage and on this field today. We give all the glory to you, and in your word we pray. Amen.
Seniors, please stand. I would like to present to you Edward Lee McClain High School's 150th graduating class, the class of 2021. I ask that all audience members please stay seated until the recessional is complete. Thank you.